All right, as some school districts see budget cuts and others have turned to voters to approve tax hikes, 5 Investigates is digging into the hefty bonuses, monthly car allowances, and big salaries for those in charge, superintendents. Investigative reporter Ryan Raish found some eye-popping perks most of us would dream of.
These are the contracts for every superintendent in the biggest 30 school districts in the state. These are not readily available. We had to do a public records request, in some cases pay, to answer our key questions and probably yours at home. So let's dive in. The first thing that jumped off the page to me are the creative ways school districts describe what most of us would call a bonus. Beyond base pay, I found performance pay, retention pay, longevity pay, even wellness pay. They all basically mean the same thing. Tens of thousands of dollars on top of the hefty salaries superintendents already earn. So how much are we talking? Well, the top 3 earners in the 30 biggest school districts in the state go to Minnetonka, Anoka Hennepin, and Osseo. But Dr. David Law in Minnetonka takes home the most, just shy of $300,000 a year. But that's on top of his performance pay, up to 20%, another $60,000 a year. But wait, there's more. Dr. Law also earns $1,000 a month for his car. We found that monthly car stipend is a common one. Out of the 30 superintendent contracts we reviewed, 19 of them receive extra money for their car, ranging from $400 a month to $1,200 extra per month.
The compensation question is important. It's a fair question.
Dr. Deb Henton is a former superintendent and the current executive director of the Minnesota Association of School Administrators.
But what's most important is, can we afford to not have high-quality leaders leading our school districts? And the answer to that, everybody would agree, is no.
And it's clear districts roll out the red carpet to get and keep their leaders. Here are some other notable perks. The superintendents in Minneapolis and St. Paul are among those who get a certain amount of days for writing, consulting, and lecturing. And look at all these superintendents who get so-called longevity or retention pay, up to $20,000 a year for some, if they stay put long enough. And another popular perk we found, extra money to earn your doctorate degree. John Magus in Duluth has that clause in his contract.
Out of all the superintendents I reached out to, you're the only one that agreed to sit down and talk with us. So I think you deserve some extra credit on that part.
Sure. No, I think it's important for us to really explain the rationale of why this is an important investment in education.
I know nobody likes to talk about their paycheck, but since it's public dollars, it's fair game, of course. Yours, you're sitting around $214,000, as we talked. Make the case for me. Why do you earn that?
Well, I think, first of all, the job has a lot of responsibility, a lot of scope of responsibility. There's responsibility for student outcomes. It's a very political job. And then also, when you think about the return on investment, it's a very small percentage of the whole district budget.
That overall budget in Duluth sits around $185 million a year. Magus's salary is among the lowest of the top 30 we reviewed, but still significantly higher than an average teacher.
But I love the position. It's great, and I would be interested even if it paid less, but it's after 30 years of working really hard, I feel like I deserve the salary that I do.
There's no debate that superintendents have important jobs with a lot of pressure and scrutiny, but there's also no debate that many of these districts are running thin on money, some facing budget cuts and others seeing new tax levies. All of it leaving these big money contracts under the microscope. Now, those monthly car allowances make it clear that the money is intended for the business use of personal cars, like paying for trips between buildings within a district. Now, the average pay for the top 30 superintendents that we reviewed sits at more than $240,000. Nationwide, that average sits around $170,000, Lindsay.
Well, Ryan, it was good to see a superintendent sit down and talk to you.
It was.
It's a very important job. It's nice to hear from their words. You talked about some of these bonuses. What in the world is a longevity bonus?
It's an interesting one. It's a popular one, actually. Longevity pay for most of these folks who have it in their contract kicks in after a certain number of years that they stay on the job. And there's some research that shows the longer a superintendent stays in place, the better the outcome. So it's a question of whether the school boards want to kind of sweeten the pot and make that part of the offer.
It's interesting because we have seen through just our work in journalism, seeing superintendents kind of
Jump
hop
ship
around.
quickly,
Yeah.
and we also see the other side, and some stay for a long time.
All right, very interesting. Thanks for breaking that down for
You
us.
bet. Thanks,
Ryan,
Lindsay.
Thank you.